But I kind of want to just sort of sit in the immediacy of what we just witnessed, if that's cool. Like just because while South Carolina was taking down Texas A&M, Clemson was just being the most boneheaded team in the world on the field and on the sideline. I guess, but I'll start with you here. Is Texas A&M fraudulent?
I guess that depends on what is being presented. Like, what is the claim presented, right?
Top 10 team. Ooh, that's good because you got to rank 10 teams and nobody looks good. Yeah. Right.
If you want to tell me Texas A&M is like the 8th best team in the country, on certain Saturdays, I can buy that. If you want to tell me Texas A&M is like the 22nd best team in the country, you know what? On certain Saturdays, I can buy that as well. If you want to tell me like they're not top 25 good, I think that's probably where I would draw the line of like, that seems a little nuts to me. But like they have some nice pieces. They also have some things we've discussed on the show. Like, is Reed really that good? He did throw only 2 passes we're like, that's awesome. He came in against LSU. They ran the heck out of the ball, and it's a different beast to go play South Carolina. I don't think they're fraudulent, but they were probably playing or at least ranking at kind of like the upper end of the range that I think it would feel acceptable to have them, right? If they had won tonight and just maybe not look all impressive, but like if they got the dub tonight, I think you're like, okay, now we're really getting like, should they really be ranked like
that? Well, then they're Tennessee, which like, I don't know if the game's done yet. I hope, right?
It is done.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Right. But like, that's like Tennessee's going to get out of this. Like, we're probably not going to talk a lot about Tennessee. Tennessee was not super impressive, but they won the game.
Yeah.
Fair.
I thought South Carolina had just a different gear tonight overall. Like it seemed like the energy that they had and they had more juice than A&M did. I don't know how you quantify that, but occasionally the Gamecocks will get into these night games in maybe Cocktober just came late this year, right? And it just feels like they have a different energy. It felt a little bit like that game, 2 years ago when they knocked off Tennessee? They're maybe not quite so one-sided, but I was pretty impressed with South Carolina tonight. Like, nice job. Like they played to their strengths. They didn't do a lot of dumb stuff. 530 yards of offense. So it wasn't just the defense mauling A&M the whole time. Well, they certainly did some of that. And I thought it was interesting. We didn't see Wegman. So read into that what you will.
A&M, the biggest bunch of frauds who've ever been frauds anywhere in the world, getting absolutely punked by South Carolina. No, this is we've talked about Williams-Brice at night. Crazy electric atmosphere. South Carolina came out playing like it was their damn Super Bowl, and they treated it that way, and they played up to that level. Like, offensively, they were fantastic. They averaged 7.6 yards per play. They completely stifled the Texas A&M offense in the second half. I mean, this was a 20-20 game at halftime. It finished 44-20. So, I mean, just an excellent performance from the Gamecocks, and that was the thing we talked about a little bit, like you mentioned, on the big game breakdown. Like, Texas A&M deserved to be ranked in the top 10. Were they the kind of team you could really expect to run the table, considering the problems that they've had at quarterback, the problems that they've had along the offensive line? No. So they went on the road. They were only 3-point favorites for a reason. They lost by 24. I still think they're a decent team, and they're very much still in the thick of things. It's just they're not the kind of squad that you look at and think, oh, yeah, it's incredible that they lost this game. Because it's not. It's completely reasonable that they lost this game.
Yeah, Rocket Sanders has a huge game. You've got they were able to run the football. Did South Carolina have the better quarterback in this game?
At least tonight they did.
Yeah, I mean, he was only 13-27. Like, the thing with Sellers is it's like he hits the big throws. Like, they just take a bunch of shots, and they hope that they hit a few of them. And if they do, things are going to go great. It's just kind of to keep defenses honest in the run game, and that's really where their bread and butter is. And that's where they really did an excellent job tonight, because Rocket Sanders had 144 yards on the ground. Sellis had 106. Sanders also had 5 catches for 92 yards. He just had a monster game. So I think that, is he the better QB? I don't think either QB is somebody you want dropping back to pass 40 times, but I think that he hit more big plays today than Marcel.
Yeah, I wasn't saying. Yeah, I should say, was he the better QB tonight?
Yes,
I guess was probably the anchor of that, because you had Mike Elko not being confident in short yardage situations in the second half of that game. Yikes. You've got a running quarterback who's supposed to present lots of differing looks and be able to give you the opportunity to win those spots. So yeah, not great for Texas A&M, but hey, welcome to the party, Texas A&M. You bleed just like everybody else bleeds. Okay, so do you want to stay here, or do we want to go all the way back to noon? Because noon, noon feels like it was 3 weeks ago.
I think like a little more flowers for South Carolina. They're almost certainly going to make a bowl now, right? I mean, they have
good point.
They're at 5. They still have games that are winnable at Vandy, host Missouri, host Wofford. And if Clemson plays like tonight and South Carolina plays like tonight, that game, it's on the road, obviously, but that's not entirely unwinnable, I guess. So nice job, South Carolina, going to a bowl game.